suddenly it's so much easier for teens, young people to look at porn because they can scroll for it on their phones. And also, you don't have to prove your age at the moment. So there are lots and lots of porn sites that all you've got to do is tick a box that says, yes, I'm over 18, and that's it.
xRhythms.
How does watching porn affect relationships?
Lots of young people might think, what's the problem with looking porn? It's not doing any harm. It's not affecting me. But actually what we're learning is that porn does impact and affect us in lots of ways. So you've mentioned relationships, that's a major way, and I'll kind of talk about that in a moment. Lots of young people turn to porn because they think it's going to be a bit of a manual, there's some tips. So when young people are kind of going, well, what's sex really like, and how should I act in a relationship? Porn might help me out, I'll turn to porn because I'll get some ideas and I'll figure out what I'm supposed to do. The problem with that is that porn is fake. So it's a little bit like if you're you want to pass your driving test, you're ready to start your driving exam, and the only education you've had is watching James Bond car chases and playing Grand Theft Auto. You're going to have a problem passing your test because that's entertainment, it's not education, and it's deliberately over the top. No one wants to watch James Bond driving at 10 to 2 checking his mirror. We want to see him crash into things, we want to see things blowing up, because that's entertainment. That's what will make that film industry money. Well, the porn industry is an industry. It wants to make money. And so what it shows in porn, what you see in porn, whether that's the body shapes, whether that's the kind of actual stuff that people are doing, is fake because that's more entertaining. And so one of the things that porn does, and why it's not good for our relationships, it gives us distorted ideas about sex and relationships. So we get distortion about what we're supposed to look like physically. Girls feel insecure because if they don't have big boobs, big bums, thin waist, because that's what's seen in porn. Guys get insecure if they're not completely hench and everything else. But it also affects how we see other people. So we actually start to kind of judge people in real life by something that we see that's fake in porn, and that can be a problem for our relationships. So there was an experiment that was done by scientists where they basically created these, I don't know if you know this, butterflies are attracted to their mate by the patterns that are on the wing. And the more bright they are and colourful they are, the more going to attract the male butterfly. So these scientists created these fake cardboard butterflies with totally unrealistic pictures and patterns and colours. Basically, they made porn for butterflies. And they hung up all these kind of butterflies everywhere and let these male butterflies into this area with these cardboard butterflies. And of course, the male butterflies are like, they can't believe it. They're like these amazing patterns and colours. So they start trying to mate with these cardboard butterflies. They then let out real butterflies into the same enclosure. So now you've got female butterflies that are alive, flying around, sort of going, hey boys, we're here. But what's happening is the male butterflies are ignoring the real ones to continue to try and mate with the cardboard ones. I think that's just a really interesting parallel of what porn can do in relationships. What porn can do, particularly if you start using it a lot, what it starts to do is it starts to affect what you're attracted to, what you're drawn to, what you prefer. And so what starts to happen is two things happen. Either they objectify people in real life, so they just kind of see people as body parts. Do I fancy them? Do I think they look good or not? Or they just find that they're not attracted to anything in real life, anyone in real life, because it doesn't match up to the kind of fake stuff that they've been seeing. And I think a lot of people think, well, I'll use porn while I'm single, but if I meet someone, if I meet the one, whatever, then I won't need porn anymore. My honest comment on that would be, we work with lots of adults, people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, who are wanting to quit porn, but often they will say, yeah, I thought once I got engaged or got married or got into a committed relationship with someone, I wouldn't need porn anymore. But the reality is, because of what I was saying about the way porn impacts the brain, actually they've become dependent on what porn gives them. And so actually what happens is it goes into the relationship. If your partner's using porn, that creates issues for you. Why am I not good enough? Do you have to look at porn because you don't like me enough? And then that makes that relationship, even, you know, a loving relationship, really complicated too. So that's another way in which porn can affect our relationships as well, I think. Because as I say, I think for lots of young people, maybe you're watching, listening to this, and this is you. You're going, I've never even thought about porn. I've never really thought, is it a good thing? Or is it, you know, bad for me?